And tonight, I present to you Moringa Man! Ah, 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 ah. So when somebody says to me, well, do I ship my moringa to you? How do I get my moringa to you? I don't need your moringa. I need you to just send it directly to the buyer. And we tap in through that. So there you go. Little whippersnapper. What the 20-year-olds, the 30-year-olds that are watching this video, the 20-year-olds and the 30-year-olds that are watching this video, there's a whole really great part of this business model that you could really bank on and make $1 million from without any land or without any trees. Here. Let's see. Is there water under here? Oh, I think that, oh, that's the spot. X marks the spot. All right, so we'll go ahead and just put some right here. Here's the center of this orchard row. It's a double row. So I went off about 4 feet from center, and I created a double row. That way we could occupy the middle. Farming and sharing the equipment and stuff. And that's what this is. All farms, all food, agriculture companies are cooperatives and collectives. Mostly all the food that we get in the grocery store is from a collective or a co-op. While we have the alley crop in the middle of the 2 rows where we could have intensive and pumpkins where we don't necessarily need to travel very much. Come on, Gandhi. Let's just go for a walk. Oh, 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 oh. Let's put her in there just a little bit more. But the way that you can help is by being a supplier. I'm looking for people to help supply this organization, this collective. The way that you can help is by building your business. The way that you can help is contribute to society by providing us with more moringa. So I had a tree in here that was damaged by the hurricane. It was like this. It was like this. I'm coming into the ring. You ready? Ready? It's like, yeah. Oh. Thunder. Yeah, I'm getting all the high fives from all my fans. Okay. I'm gonna plant this baby. This big booty. This running man. Oh. And the big mama. I'm all in. I'm all in. This is my whole hand. That's all I got. Just gonna put a little bit of powder, just add a little bit of minerals, add a little bit of vitamins, add a little bit of salts and proteins. That was just kind of going upwards. And we're gonna take this whole side root off here. We're gonna go 24 feet on center. All right, so we got 9 laid out. 1, final 1. And we did it. This was the main goal today. Out of all the madness going out in the world, anything that you could do, all I'm doing is planting my trees. We just expanded our moringa farm. We rented a bobcat for a couple days, little machine, and moved all the plastic that was on the ground here. This used to be a plant nursery. So first, we had hundreds of loads of oak mulch dropped off here on this site because I knew I wanted to raise up the soil. But I didn't have time to push all the plastic off. You know, it took me about a year to get all the plastic off of this front half of the half acre. And then the back half, they started dumping faster than I could pull it off. Because it's heavy, big, black plastic stuff, you know, that's had years of sand and soil and dirt and grass and weeds on top. And I was trying to get the plastic off as fast as I could. I worked here 10 years ago. This was a plant nursery, and I would spend my time out here for about 2 years. When I worked out here, when I was going to college, I would put pots out here in the field. So big, big pots I would just have lined out here in the field. And they did Walter's viburnums, symptom stoppers. This was like a native plant nursery, lots of grasses, lots of flowers. I remember using this whole area here for just flowers for months. We would just buy flowers, little flowers, and then they would get big over the course of like 3 months. We had like a $50,000 South Florida Fairgrounds contract. So every year, $50,000 would come in just from buying small flowers and then flipping that after like 3 months of fertilizing and watering and having them out here. We would get a $50,000 check, you know, and of course I got paid by the hour, so it was cool. And that was just my time here about 11 years ago, actually now. And that's how I came into this place, is that I worked here and the owner was selling. So I ended up just getting, you know, falling into a place that I thankfully had some sweat equity in. And there's plastic all out here. This whole property is covered in plastic. It was nuts. It blew my mind how much plastic was really out here. And so we got the Bobcat, pushed all the plastic, pushed all the mulch down, and then little by little started stacking it back up, stacking it back up, stacking it back up. And so now we're above this, we're about this high off of the sand, the original sand. And we've now come up, it's got a nice curve, and it's really nice. I'm really loving it, excited to grow in this really clean, organic, or compost and sand. It's completely clean. It's been many years I've been here that it just sat dormant. And so now we're gonna take this row that we have down here and we're gonna expand it out. And we're just gonna do that right now real quick. We're gonna measure out where to put the trees, and we're just gonna start putting the trees back in. Actually, let me show you real quick. We had to pull 2 out because they were kind of near the Bobcat. But we got them right here. And this is what's in the ground. So we'll get this one back in the ground. And we'll get this one back in the ground. That fell over. It was like this. It was like this. And then the hurricane fell over, and then it grew out and down from the hurricane. So this is literally only right here, like I guess about a year now. We had the hurricane in October, about 10 months. So there you go, little whippersnapper. So I'll probably cut this off and get these to become the new main ones, and get this back in the ground. I'll cut this off here and then get her back in right. So let's get started and just do a quick little measure. We can probably plant maybe 20 new trees here right now. Let's do it. Here's the center of this orchard row. It's a double row. So I went off about 4 feet, from center, and I created a double row. That way we could occupy the middle of the row very cleanly like this for harvesting and accessing while we have the alley crop in the middle of the 2 rows where we could have intensive and pumpkins, where we don't necessarily need to travel very much, but we could just walk along the edges, which we've been able to do. And by walking along the edges, we also just keep the pumpkins, say, from coming in to the aisle. We can easily just kind of help them, put them back and away from the trees and the space. Actually, it's just been a couple days since I've been in here harvesting these trees back, and it looks like I need to go ahead and just kind of move them a little bit, just like this, to help keep these trees looking big and good, and so that way they're not falling over from their big brothers, the pumpkins, which I've got to get through there and through there. And so that's what this middle row is called an alley, for alley cropping, for this exact reason. Little vine here. Oh, the devil. So I got this little line to show you that we're going to go 24 feet on center. We're going to come down, and we've got 24 feet on center. So that'll be our center stake. And if you look, it's right there in the middle of the aisle, right there, right? So that aisle is down there, and we're gonna finish that one out since we just finished another 60 feet or so of the farm. Let's lay out a whole new row. Yeah, that's my little tripod setup. See, some of these babies were already waiting like a week. She was actually waiting like this. So she got a little bit there already. She got a little bit there already. And they're ready. They're ready to go. They're ready to make trees. Okay. I'm gonna plant this baby. This big booty. This running man. Oh. And the big mama. I'm all in. I'm all in. This is my whole hand. That's all I got. All right, so we got 9 laid out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have a 10-foot gap here for our beautiful walkway. It lines up really well with the trees here in the line. So we have a nice walkway here. Normally there would have been, say, like another tree right here, but halfway through last year I said, let's open up the middle of the farm so that way we have a walkway all the way through. It helps to break it up. I could build a little bit of infrastructure here with like a walkway, nice up. You know, we'll see. We'll see how the farm develops. I want to build a pretty robust infrastructure to have a nice, cool farm that protects the moringa trees in the wintertime. I'm thinking of even in this whole field having, say, like steel columns, laying out a grid all the way down, and then being able to automatically cover this area with, say, like some sort of thin shade cloth or something to protect from frost. Let's just say we know that the frost is coming in. It'd be nice to be able to say, oh, all we have to do is just pull the, because we only have like maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 nights of frost a year. But those 5 nights take out the trees to where it takes a long time for their engines to get going. We had a pretty severe winter this last year. So this is the start of really developing the rest of the field for me to get a feel and layout of how we farm it. We could have no infrastructure and we just say we're farming in the summertime. We're not worried about any loss. We replace enough. We can get enough greens going from, say, the intensive beds. It's just some ideas that are out there right now. The main thing we need to focus on is just getting these 9 in the ground today before the end of the day. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I had a tree in here that was damaged by the hurricane. It was like this. It was like this. Then it fell over, and then this whole root came down once it fell over, and it fell over here, and then it grew up a whole new thing from the fall over. But I don't really like how it's shaped. This is the original. This right here is the original stem of this. So this tree grew up and it grew around this main original stem. But I think I'm going to take it back to its original orientation. So we're going to take that side piece off. Of course, I could plant that. But then we're also going to take this root off because that was just kind of going upwards. And we're going to take this whole side root off here because it's just kind of going off to the side. Like that. And now we're back to having a nice tree. It's already got a little taproot here that we'll put in the ground, and that will become the major taproot. It's already got the bark and trunk wood established, and now it can reestablish some. Nice, okay. So we'll try to keep that. It looks like, yeah, this was laying on the ground, so this got a little rotten. But what I anticipate is it resprouting somewhere down here or somewhere, and this can help to regrow all new stems. But this is a big tree that I would definitely put back, say like in this place right here. So what I'm gonna do right now is take the wagon, go get some soil. We're gonna dig a small hole. We're gonna fill it with soil. We're gonna put some powder in it. And we're gonna plant each one of these trees right now together. These are big trees that were in the field that are even too big to ship in the mail right now. And we're gonna go ahead and just get the big trees that took over the field here and get them spread back out. We're putting 9 new trees in. Let's do it. let's get a little bit of soil for our new trees. This is USDA certified organic soil that I get dropped off here from Florida Organic Solutions, also known as Veranza. When I was working here, they had this soil company here, even 11, 12 years ago. Local, they're right down the street from here. It's a big quarry that they dig out, and then they fill it back up with yard waste, and then they make piles. And it usually takes about 2 years for that pile to get through at this level with this consistency, this fine sift here. So I'm sure I can just get away with planting all 9 of these new big trees in the field by just filling up this wagon with some soil. You can probably get by all 9 of those trees with just one wagon. So we're just spending the afternoon together putting these new trees in the ground, utilizing the fact that it's a beautiful day. I just got off the phone with one of our new members. He has a lot of experience with sales and marketing, and he wants to plug himself into the community as a recruiter. So he sees the value of the community. He's been in for a couple of days. He's blown away. He's like, wow, like this is really amazing. And he's, he comes from the early 2000s web boom, the first websites that came out in like 95, 96. He was a part of that first round. And then he launched his own product about 10 years ago, a PDF that he had a chance to see offering, say, like a tutorial coaching program with a PDF with files and pictures and graphics. And he made some money off of that. And then, of course, he's done other things, like he's into plants and farming. And I had a really great conversation with him just now, 3 hours. I was just on the phone with him for 3 hours. And we have a really good idea now how we can help each other. So he started off with introducing himself over the phone. Hey, I've been following you. I love your program. Actually, he called after he signed up. So he signed up, got on a phone call. Then he came in to visit. So we got a chance to hang out for a couple hours. And he lives about an hour away from here, and he can grow moringa. He called me today and he was like, hey, how can I help? And I said, well, I need 1,000 pounds of loose leaf. And I need it as fast as possible from you. and he laughed, and I said, you know what? I think maybe, that was my intrusive thoughts speaking out loud. And I'm like, let me just take a second. I have somebody that's asking how they can help. I have a little bit of a hard time figuring out how people can help or how to implement the help. Because when someone says, how can they help? I hear, how can I take advantage of you? Because I have utilized, that guise of, hey, I can help you. And then I've utilized that, but those people have been kind of like sucking my energy, or it didn't end up very well. So I've kind of had to separate the how can I help to having independent contractors, have independent people that work on their own businesses. And I don't really have many employees, but the way that you can help is by being a supplier. I'm looking for people to help supply this organization, this collective. And so I remembered that he was a marketer, and 99% of the people that I talk to have no experience, no skill. They ask me or they say to me that they can help, but they can help with pulling weeds or help planting trees here, like, yes, I definitely need help here, but outside of here, what I'm building is the way that you can help is by building your business. The way that you can help is contribute to society by providing us with more moringa. So when he asked that question, you know, I get a little triggered with, well, you know, and I said it, you know, I said, you can help me by providing me with 1,000 pounds of your moringa. You know, we have buyers, and I'm saying no every day to large orders. And then he's like, well, remember, I have that marketing and advertising background. And I said, okay, let me take a step back. You're right. How can you help? How can you help? What do I need? I looked at my list and I said, I need 3 things right off the bat. And while he has experience in Growth OS, he's used the platform before. You know, I'm not sure if he's like a VA, like a virtual assistant, but I have people tapped in that can help me with Growth OS and building Growth OS. But he's saying that he's also been utilizing that platform. And that's when I was like, well, I'm offering the service of Growth OS for people to build their own funnels. And he's over here saying he knows how to build his own funnels. So I said, that's it. You know, the way that you can help is make as much marketing and advertising material on your Growth OS account and recruit as many people as possible into our community, into our agricultural collective. Our main offer is coaching, training, business, moringa business, farming. And he's like, that's it. I love that. And, you know, he understood that I'm not trying to sell $100 million worth of moringa powder. That will come. The moringa powder will come once we have enough people trained locally that we can source from. But I said 4 years ago, I said, we're missing the education. Nobody knows how to do this. How can we make $100 million from moringa if nobody knows how to make $100 from moringa? So that's why I wrote my book and said, okay, this is going to be a 10-year goal, but by the end of 10 years, we should have hundreds, if not thousands of people supplying our collective, and we're all filling orders from our own farm, and we're tapping into each other, and we're fulfilling orders together as a team. So if this 100-pound order came in, and I can do that one order, but I'm going to need probably a month to get recouped. Well, there's still in that 1 month hundreds of orders coming in. That's where hundreds of members come in acting as suppliers for all of our orders. So when somebody says to me, well, do I ship my moringa to you? How do I get my moringa to you? I don't need your moringa. I need you to just send it directly to the buyer. And we tap in through that. So the Grow Moringa Collective acts as the marketing and advertising agency to help moringa farmers sell more moringa. And so anyway, I had a great conversation with him. It was beautiful. It kind of gets me excited when I get to talk to somebody that has some skills. And he said something that I was like, that's right. That's why I raised my price, and I have been praying for someone like you. I've been praying for someone like you to show up that has the skill that can help take us to the next level. But I had to see the value. I had to raise the price, and we're continuing to raise the price. We talked about how this collective is going to the next level, and we're going to have several tiers of, say, like free things. And we have, of course, the YouTube channel is free, and there's lots of information here that's free. But I think what we're doing is we're really locking in, like, we want to work directly with businesses There's a special platform that's provided to you if you want to have your moringa business and get serious about your marketing and advertising and website, to where we raise our price and we will be seen even more so as a premier training platform and also a full entire CRM package as an agency. We are going to be the home and the software and the service for mostly all of the moringa businesses that are operating in the USA, because we're coming together to form this collective to be able to talk within Growth OS. So it's a huge way for us to communicate really well together. So I had a great conversation with him. And so he is going to build his own website on Growth OS to recruit people to sign up for membership. And because he's going to help people sign up for membership, he's going to make $497 for every lifetime member that he signs up. So he's literally making a website that shows and tells people how much value is inside of the community, and is selling it for $997, but he's going to make $497. We're splitting it 50-50. And this is a way for us to grow a massive platform that has thousands of people across the country that are really serious and at that high ticket level, because the payment isn't for us. The payment is for the person. The more somebody pays, the more they value they want to get out of it. If somebody's paying $27, which is the price that it is now, then a month later, half of them are not even feeling the $27 and they forgot about it. But if somebody pays $997, they end up spending more time and energy into that program to learn it, to get value out of it. So the price isn't actually for me, it's actually for the customer to utilize it more. So the more that we raise our price is only going to force people to have to learn the stuff that they paid for. Because a lot of times somebody will pay $27 and then they get in one time and then they never come back to the members area again, because it wasn't expensive enough for them to even feel the hurt or feel the pain. And there is an advantage of being at $27 a month and at that price, because if somebody does come in, it's not high enough for them to feel the hurt. Like I just said, like they don't feel the hurt of that, so they don't cancel. So they end up just kind of maintaining their membership for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and then they cancel, but then they never actually did anything. And this is where I'm now seeing, I'm 3 years in, 4 years into having a membership community, a private members app, and starting to see the data of, the, super excitement onboarding. They get them in super excited, but then how that energy, say, fades. My goal as this business is to keep that energy up and to not just drop you off into a room, because that can be difficult to follow, but then there's actually like a schedule and classes and things that you can sign up with inside the members area that will help you to maintain your participation, to help people get through to that next level. Whatever that level is, we'll qualify and quantify people and place people in different groups, whether you're planning to be a grower and you are looking for property, or you're already a grower and you have some property, or you don't want any property and you don't want any trees and you just want to be able to have access to other people's properties and other people's trees. That's what I like. I like that one. That's the one that most people don't think about, but this is what the 20-year-olds, the 30-year-olds that are watching this video, the 20-year-olds and the 30-year-olds that are watching this video, there's a whole really great part of this business model that you could really bank on and make $1 million from without any land or without any trees. I did it. I started this company without any land and without any trees and made $1 million for Moringa without anything of my own. I utilized nature and the gift of communication and relationship exchange, energy exchange, trading, and came up with this model that turned into this collective. So now we've got thousands of trees, hundreds of locations with thousands of trees that need harvested right now. And those 20, 30-year-old trades people, there's money sitting in your neighborhood right now that you could just grab it. If all you had was a place to dry the greens, that's all you need. Let's go back and start dumping this in the field, and we'll keep talking because that's what we do. You see I got some aloes there. My buddy was asking if I wanted to sell aloes, and I really don't want to sell anything other than moringa. I just want to sell moringa. But he was asking, hey, I know you got a bunch of aloes back there. You want to work out a deal? So maybe as a way to move out some of these aloes and make more space for moringa, I can sell him like hundreds and hundreds of those, thousands of those little ones. I've got hundreds of those, but I don't know. I'm not really into selling anything else other than moringa. Let's go play out in the field. Okay, we've got our biostimulant powder, our moringa leaf powder, USDA certified organic. And we're going to go ahead and just put a little bit on the hole, and we'll mix that in, and that's going to go in the roots system. We have about 9 of these. Just going to put a little bit of powder, just add a little bit of minerals, add a little bit of vitamins, add a little bit of salts and proteins. There we go. It's a USDA powder, so it's got a little bit of sticks and stems, and it's not as clean as our powder, which is why the only powder that I import from Nicaragua or anywhere is the powder from one of our members. This is a member's powder that's grown in Nicaragua, and it's USDA certified organic, and it's very, very high quality. It's still very, very good considering this is kind of like the same stuff on the shelf that you would get anywhere, like around the world. Like if you buy moringa online, you're going to get this stuff. But this is the stuff that I just use for fertilizer. My powder is a lot greener and doesn't have any sticks and stems and wasn't dried outside. So on a big operation like this, the powder was, the trees were just leveled and cut. It was kept, they were just kept out in the field to dry for a day, 2 days maybe in the sun. They discolor, they turn a little bit of brown. You can see it's not necessarily like a perfectly green shade, but it is pretty good as far as the color goes. But the minerals, the vitamins, is really what we're adding. Because this soil that I got from Veranza, it's good. It's a great base. It's a great plain Jane, but there's no like living life. It's like a sterile environment. So let's add some enzymes. Let's add some vitamins. Let's add some minerals to our 9 new holes here. Let's put these trees in the ground now. Okay. Well, if I put it like this, it's going to go in the aisle. I'll eventually have to cut this off. So, since he's telling me he likes the sunset, yeah, we'll go this way. So I'll show you what it looks like from the sunny side. Okay, let's plant this baby. There's a hole in here somewhere. But we want to keep them, you know, pretty high. We don't need to bury them. Honestly. Keep them at the surface. This soil and this dirt is going to compress. Tuck your pants in, mister. You tuck yourself in there. Tucking you in. Oh, that's good. It's my protege. It's my son. So I'll put some mulch, just a little bit of mulch down over top of this. But I'm trying to raise the soil up here and keep it high, so I don't need to necessarily get her in. She's naturally going to settle down with the rains and everything. And so I want to keep her high here in this spot. I don't need to put her down and suppress. This is where she breathes, right here anyways. The main trunk there is down there. She's wet. She's got some moisture. Oh, yeah? Gandhi, why you did that, mister? This guy. He said, pay attention to me. Okay, so she's in. Or he's in. She don't even know what he is yet anyways. They're hermaphrodites. She doesn't even know. She'll figure it out. She's still a little baby, okay? All right, we're still running, man. Let's get this other one in. Okay. And for this one, I want this one. Same thing. Doesn't really need to go down too much. I've got the soil there. Compact around a little bit. Then I'm going to be putting, mulch, more mulch. This area got a lot of sand because this is where there was a tree here. So I put a lot of sand down from the other areas to really raise this area up. I mean, we're like 2 feet up from the original spot where the tree was, right here. But this is good. I like that. I'm walking through here. I feel it. All right. Feel it. Feel it. All right. That feels good. All right. Let's keep going. I like this one here. And that's why you just dig a little hole. Put a little bit of nice soft soil in there. See, she's already going to be compacted. She's already going to be she's really loose in there. So even just that right there, exposing that little bit of the root, I'm keeping the root exposed because I also know that I'm going to come through here and just put a little bit of mulch. It's already got that much in the ground. So, I mean, plus right now we're in the middle of summer. And let's see, what's the next one? This one? Let's keep coming down. We're in the middle of summer, so like right now, it's raining every day. I mean, we didn't get some rain right now, but we can hear it. It's all around us. Same with this one. I'm gonna have it go out. Oh, see, I might even turn that one away because she is going into that way. No, it's okay. She's going to be looking at sunset. She's going to be looking at sunset too, right here. Remember, this one is the running man. This one is the running man. This is the one that was the running man. Let's keep going. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Es el correo. All right. The one here. Just getting the root system in a little bit. And then bring this soil back in with some mulch. I'm keeping them high, especially right now. Oh, that's way too high. Oh my gosh, all of that is the root. Okay. So, let's put her in there just a little bit more. There we go. Nice. Now she'll do great right there. Okay, one more. It only makes sense that we call them he, she's. Oh, what happened here? Oh, okay. Boom. I'm watching the line, keeping the line. Here we go. Just a little bit. Oh, but see, that curves in. I want it to curve out. Yeah. There we go. Away from the thing. Okay. Tres más. Cuatro más. Really, just three. Okay, let's keep going. Come on down. This one was a really sandy area. This was like a really low area. And so, yeah, I'm definitely going to be dropping some thing here. Let's see. Is there water under here? Oh, I think that, oh, that's the spot. X marks the spot. All right, so we'll go ahead and just put some right here. Precision. Oh, yeah. Okay. Dos más. Okay, we got that one in. Let's see. You can come down, you can see the whole rest of the field here on this one. On these two right here. We got a little shed back there that needs some work. We just built that out of recycled materials over the last 3 years. Hurricane proof. Working quarters for our future farm hands. We're working it. Let's work this farm all the way down to the shed. All the way down to the shed we go. kind of curves in a little bit. It's all right. We're going to keep her there. She said she wants to be like that. It's kind of like... Final one. And we did it. This was the main goal today. Out of all the madness going out in the world, anything that you could do, all I'm doing is planting my trees. And I just try to level out. There's going to be lots of little grasses and things, and take the time. This will die back in like a week or so, and maybe more chances for me to like just expose that and add it on any low areas. Like that's composting down there. Like that was hot. This is composting too. But okay, I think we did it. I mean, we could put a little bit of mulch down on top of each one of these to really symbolize it. Let's do it. Come on, Gandhi. Let's just go for a walk. Oh, oh, oh. Ooh. But that is just to show you how much I actually brought all of this up. Right? Right, Gandhi? Isn't this so great? This is so great, huh? Yeah? Yeah. Jump. 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 Pew. But yeah, this is what's happening. Is we're raising up. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks for my protection. Watch out. Whoa. Oh, careful. You're just standing there. You don't even see the cart behind you. Oh, oh. That's how much we came up. And now we're pretty much on Gandhi's sandbox right now. This is the original level here. Got mulch? This is what I did in the front yard. I did the same thing in the front yard. I think we got a little bit of mulch left over. Here. Notice the plastic. It was on top of this. The plastic was on top of this. So we pushed up the mulch to expose the plastic. We pulled out all the plastic pieces that we could as we were moving down, and just replaced this sand, sugar sand, that was on just below the plastic to then raise up. You can really see it right there. But we raised all of that up. It was about an extra 60 feet. We're just going to go ahead and fill up with mulch, okay, Gandhi? I'm just going to come over here. I know, it's crazy. You haven't been over here before. He's like exploring. He's exploring with me. So let's go ahead and just cover all of our new babies with just a little layer of mulch. And this is us every day growing and expanding our farm operation. I know it seems like it never ends, but it's like the first year was just moving in and getting settled in and watching the water patterns. There was, over the course of like the 10 years that my boss was here, and had this down here in the sugar sand and had plastic on top of it. It was low. It was really low. I remember being out here and it was just swampy and muddy all the time, and we were walking on this sand that was completely covered in water, and the pots would be underwater, and a lot of this was just underwater throughout the summer, and it was just like, oh man, this place is tough. So that's why I knew when I got the place, I had to just spend the time to get the mulch. So the first year was really just getting my bearings. I was homeless for 2 years when I moved in here, so I was in shell shock. I was shocked. I slept on the floor like a little baby in the living room because I was used to sleeping in like a small little storage unit for 2 years. So I got out here, it was quiet. I was on 38th Avenue North in Tyrone, one of the busiest streets in Tampa, near Tyrone Mall, or in St. Pete, next to the Tyrone Mall. And it was loud all nights of all hours of the night and day. And I had people knocking on my door because they knew I was living there at like 11 o'clock at night. I'd be jamming out. I was learning how to make YouTube videos. It was like 2018, 2019. And I'd be jamming out 11, 12 o'clock at night in there working, just kind of growing and building my business and saying, you know what, I'm going to move out of my apartment and I'm going to put everything into my business. And so I told my best friend, my roommate, he was like, I knew that was going to happen when you got that place. And I said, me too, because it was going to force me to go all in on my business. And that move also prepared me to get here because I had a space to harvest. I wouldn't have been harvesting the trees down the street from here if it wasn't for that opportunity of taking a chance, going all in, being young, just graduated from college, and working in my own little store. So I knew that when I got here, the first year was just kind of studying the water, and there was like a stream back here because the lowest part of the property is back here, and there's a extension of the river that runs through here, and that tributary stream runs to the Hillsborough River. Just beyond those trees, about a mile, is the Hillsborough River State Park. So we're literally backed up against the park. I'm backed up against a 1,000-acre property of just cows. It's really nice and quiet out here. I love it. And so I'm raising this up. We're building our Airbnb station. We've got our yurt over here, and we're trying to build up our community, our little community. Here's our yurt here, and so check out my little mulch pile. Let's go ahead and finish out the day and get a little bit of mulch. So the first year was just observing. There was like a stream out here that ran through, that literally cut through, and the guy left it. He's like, it formed over years and years of just the water pushing down the sand underneath to where it would flood and it would stream out into the corner. And there was literally like a deep depression through here. But ever since I put all that mulch over there, it absorbs all of it. Now that I'm putting all this mulch here, it's absorbing it. Now that I'm going to build this area up, it's just going to absorb it. Now that I'm also putting all these trees in the ground, they're also going to absorb it too. And I'm going to make sure that when we build a building over here, we're going to build it up pretty high. Because what I noticed is that when it flooded out here, I mean, it was 2 feet. I mean, I was walking out here this high. So the building that I build is going to be this high on foundation, just because once I well, we closed on the property, but like once we actually pay it off, I want to have this property paid off in just a few more years, which we will. The rate that we're going, and then I could possibly flip this farm. Yeah, I could flip this farm. You know, I bought it for 175. Hey, maybe in the next 2-3 years, when this is fully established, we have a full turnkey moringa farm with 50 other varieties of edibles and ornamentals and pollinators. And we go ahead and flip it. Maybe we can get 300 for it, or whatever that may be at the time of the market. I could even try to buy that property behind it, connect that property with this one. And there's a couple other properties that are potentially for sale in the neighborhood. So I could get a nice big tractor and just drive my tractor to the other farm. You know how those tractors are on the road and they get caught up, you know, you get caught up behind the tractor. It's because they have multiple properties around that they're farming and sharing the equipment and stuff. And that's what this is. All farms, all food, agriculture companies are cooperatives and collectives. Mostly all the food that we get in the grocery store is from a collective or a co-op. That's when I realized that I needed to team up, that farming was not a solopreneur kind of business. That is actually a team. It takes a village, it takes a team, and that's what we're doing right now. I've had a lot of help out here. I have people asking me to help every single day. Actually, I was on the phone with a guy today for like 3 hours, and he was asking, how can I help? And at first I was a hard ass, and over time, 15, 20 minutes, I opened up. I opened up and I said, bro, I could use help with this and help with this and help with that and help with this. I said, are you taking notes? Because he opened up a can of worms. But then at the end of that call, it was like clearly that he had the skill to do it on his own. I built a system for you to do anything that you need on your own. And I don't have to be your boss. I don't have to be your assistant in any way. But essentially what I'm offering is, if you don't have the skill, I can teach you in the program how to farm, how to use the systems. But then it's like this guy had the skill of marketing and advertising. I just had to say, hey man, I have all the information out there on the internet, on my website. You see my offer. He came into the offer just a couple of days ago. I'm like, you had the experience of what that felt like. And also being here and meeting me and getting onboarded in the members area and all the tools and everything. And he said, man, this is unbelievable. This is massive. And I said, I know. And I'm trying to figure out and learn how to utilize the people that want to help. I just don't want to be taken advantage of. If say like, I don't ever want there to be somebody that says, hey, can I help? I utilize that person's help, and then they actually say that I took advantage of them and that I used them and that they have resentment towards me because they came to me and asked me for help. And I said, okay, because for many years getting this business started, I've had people come to say, hey, can I help you? Can I help you? And in the beginning, I was like, yeah, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. But then over time, those people that were helping grew animosity or resentment towards me because they're working for free. And so I just have a little bit of hesitation for anybody to work for free. But this guy can work for himself. I put the tools in place, like the affiliate program, the discount code. I have all of the materials and everything on there that he needs to run with it, because I'm going to give him 50% of every lifetime member that signs up. So if they sign up for $997, he's going to make $497, and he gets it. I put this out there maybe about a year ago, but I haven't had one person that says, I'm your guy and I can help blow this out of the water, because that's what I've been waiting for. And now that I have one guy that's potentially hitting the ground running and is in Growth OS and is going to make his funnels, he told me that he knows people that are selling snapshots of their funnels and everything for like $20,000, all signed and sealed and delivered. And I said, dude, if you make an amazing funnel that converts one new lifetime member every day, like I'll pay $20,000 for that. The $20,000 will get paid off in 1 month if I buy that system from him. He was like, I got this. I got this. I know what to do. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. Let's see. And he's a little bit older, and he's got the skill. You know, he's got the technological skill. So I look forward to working with him more. And I want to work with you too. So it's not just about the farming. The big thing about this business and what I'm building is, yeah, I'm teaching the whole physical aspect of it, but 99% of the people watching this are never going to actually have a consistent business where you're making 6 figures a year. I know that I'm talking to a very small percentage of people. I have the doors open. There's a big interest in it. People are flying in the doors. But then how many do I know off the top of my head, off of the 10,000 people that I've talked to just in the last year to 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or whatever, that have really shown interest in this? How many are still really doing it? It's a very small amount, very, very small amount that are pushing it at the level that I am. I've got a few people now that it's taken about 1 year to 2 years to get the engines running, that are like really there. There's more people that are like, I'm so close, I'm so close. And there's a few people that are like on the periphery that are doing like a lot of other plants, and they're just kind of doing maybe 1% of moringa. I'm like 100% all in moringa. So yeah, let's go. Let's finish this out. Let's finish this day out. All right, we're back.
One day somebody will tell you, what of your woman that have to wash that white tea?
They heard it.
Oh, sorry.
You're a poor woman who has to wash that white tea. Didn't you know that I only wear white tees one time? I throw them out. After I wear a white tee one time, it's done. Let me go ahead and get the fork. Got to have the right tools for the right job. There's an Indian couple on social media, and all you hear is the guy, right? You never see the guy's face, right? You know this? You know this couple? You're showing me the couple? You've seen her. You've seen her. She's gotten so many views. It's a couple. It's an Indian woman that's always on the camera, but then her husband is in the background filming, being like the protagonist or whatever, and he's like always making her laugh. So like half the movie, all you're doing is looking at this beautiful woman just crack up because her man cracks her up. What I'm saying is that's what you can be. You can be the one that makes me crack up on camera, and then they're all like, oh my God. But, you know, even like when he gets on camera, he has an emoji face, like an Indian face. So like he just doesn't want to be seen on camera because she blew up. Like she has like 2 million subscribers. But I think she really blew up because like their whole social media thing is like their whole couples, you know, the couples. But like all she's doing is like getting him to make her laugh.
Yeah, I guess the nicer videos come out when they are so, sensational, like just do it. Just natural life happening.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they definitely like script it. I mean, there's a lot of times where she just turns on the camera, of course, and he's just funny. You know, he's got a funny accent, and he's probably like a doctor or something.
He's like, I'm too serious. Don't make me.
But like his persona is serious. I just ran over that tree. I got to focus here. Sorry, baby. It's bumpy out here. Okay, that's why we're putting this mulch down, because we want to be able to keep these babies high. I think she is kind of coming in a little bit. She might need to come out a little bit. No, I mean, she's right on it. We'll just make sure. Wow, this is really all I wanted to do today, was just plant these 9 trees. And it could have taken me just the morning time. But it's like, you know, I'll come out and do this one step and then take a break, and then come out and do another step and take a break. And it's just so hot in the daytime. It's just like I got out here in the morning at like 10, 11 o'clock and was like measuring things out. But then you know, I got on the phone for like 3 hours with a member, and he was just like, how can I help? And normally that kind of triggers me, because I don't know how. I don't know the skills. Most people that are coming to me are like, hey, how can I help? I don't have any skills. I don't know how to farm. I don't know how to market. I don't know how to advertise. And it's like, I don't know how to use you. They're coming to me saying, how can I help? And I'm like, yeah, see, this is nice, because then I can get this all the way through. This feels good. I'm really just trying to put a small layer on top. I'm not trying to put much. Eventually there will be more mulch and there will be more levels, but at least right now, none of my moringas are exposed to the dirt. The dirt is not exposed. That's the thing, is that we tell them, put your skirt on. This is the skirt. Skirt, skirt. Okay, one more. That'll be good. And we did it. All right, well, I got a hole in my fork, and so I'm just gonna have to dump ya. All right, there we go. That's it. That's a wrap, folks. Ah, and this is, I'm coming into the ring. You ready? Ready? It's like, yeah. Oh, thunder, thunder. Yeah, I'm getting all the high fives from all my fans. All right, that's the sunset. Yeah, it's like coming down. It's like coming down the funnel. You know, oh, the tunnel. It's like coming down the football tunnel. And tonight, I present to you Moringa Man! Ah, 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 whoop, ah, 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 ah. Yeah, this is my runway. This is my runway. Strike a pose. Uh, 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 uh. All right then. That's it. Peace, love, prosperous growing, and thank you much for watching and liking this video. If you had a laugh, make a comment. Like, man, you know how to have fun. Let me know if you enjoyed it, and hit the bell button because we're making regular posts and would love for you to keep up with our progress here. We're really hitting that full metal, hitting that pedal to the metal, pedal to the metal. Hey, I'm just saying, we're going. Right here, right here. I'm flagging them down. That's how we get the energy flowing in here. So, thanks a lot, y'all. Peace.